I really haven't talked about Anthony Macri very much in this space over the last week, so there's no better time than now to break down his impressive run over the last month. Plus, I list two favorites to beat Macri this week at Williams Grove Speedway, all on today's edition of the Sprint Car Unlimited 90 at 9. Anthony Macri's success isn't just limited to the last week. On the contrary, the Dillsburg, PA driver has been mowing down good finishes and wins since the end of June. The problem is that nobody's really taken notice until he won the King's Royal. I checked out Macri's stats over the last 13 races, and he has 3 wins and 12 top 5 finishes. His average result during that stretch is 4.76. That doesn't seem very good, but you take out the 28th place run in last week's night before the King's Royal in which Macri pulled in, and that number drops down to a jaw-dropping 2.83. Obviously, the most notable moment during that time frame is the crown jewel score in the King's Royal. Of course, popping $200,000 can have that effect, but what stands out to me more is how you back it up. Macri finished 4th in the Silver Cup against High Limit at Lernerville Speedway Tuesday, and one night later, he beat the Outlaws at Baps, passing David Gravel to do it. Memorable is an understatement. Here's something else to think about. Macri beat the World of Outlaws at Williams Grove in May to keep the Morgan Cup in central Pennsylvania. There are a lot of heavy hitters in the field over the weekend, but Macri is easily at the top of the list of favorites. The biggest contender to unseat Macri at Williams Grove is David Gravel. Sure, the big game motorsports ace only has 2 wins in his last 16 starts, which is a drought by his standards. But he also has 12 top 5 finishes and 14 top 6 runs during that stretch. As for the 2 races in which he was outside the top 6, that can be attributed to the DQ at Eldora Speedway. My second choice might surprise some people. It's Darren Pittman in the Don Kreitz Jr. entry. Watch Pittman and Kreitz team up to put last year's National Open disappointment behind them and get a good tune-up in for this year's extravaganza. That's going to wrap up this edition of the Sprint Car Unlimited 90 at 9, and we'll be back Monday. Stay tuned.